Hey, fellow hackathoners, this is the Playwrights, who worked on the Playwright Palm Recorder. I'm Michael Gakey, I'm the one in the purple.
I'm Nick Skinner, I'm on the left. And I'm Jeff Grigsby, I'm the one on the right.
So the idea was best practices made easy for end-to-end testers. To demonstrate what I'm talking about, I'm going to show Playwright an example of how it can do code gen. So this is a code gen recorder example. So what you have is the page on screen, enter stuff into the text boxes, and you can see on the right-hand side there it's generating a bunch of code. So what I want to point out here is that the generated code can get really, really long and really fragile. So essentially, as you're writing this test, you're writing throwaway code. So this is where the page object model comes in. Instead of your test having each of those particular selectors and every single test duplicating that all over, instead of it emitting them directly into the test code, you gather those into a page object model. So this would be the login page object model. And now we get to the problems. So page object model is great. However, and the recorder is really great because it highlights exactly where on screen you have those elements. But once you go to a page object model, you're no longer using a recorder, you're finding it in code. And in code, the trouble is one person might name it one thing, one person might name it the same thing, it might be a login page, but they might be in different subfolders. So discoverability is a huge problem. People don't find the existing pieces, and so they reinvent the wheel. So what does this mean? It means you have a lot more test code created, a lot of duplicate code, abandoned code, stuff that is best practice, stuff that's not best practice, and so the maintainability of it, you start creating more and more weight, and it slows the whole team down. So you started with, hey, let's use a best practice, and you end up with, oh no, we used a best practice, but it's inconsistent all over the place, and it made it worse. So we propose a system that displays a visualization of the page object model implementation directly overlaid on the application page itself. The visualization may be added to create your own page object model, and the visualization may be interacted with, clicked on, a Playwright recorder that writes idiomatic code that's aware of your page object model. In short, you want the Playwright recorder to be aware of the page object model pattern. So we did it! Lots of great stuff and lots of bugs. So let's take a look at it. All right, we're going to be using the UI Test Automation Playground site to try out our tool. The site has a number of pages in it, and in each page are a number of pieces in it, elements in it we can test. Let's create a test. Homepage spec TS, boilerplate, page go to. Let's pull in the library we created. All right, just add playwright live recorder.start. New test. Plug in our tool and then debug the test. All right, the page pops up, and so does our tool along the top. From here, this is homepage.ts it's going to create. I click on class attribute and I'll name it class attribute and drill into class attribute and turn it on again. It's going to be class attr page because of the URL, and we'll fetch blue button, green button, and yellow button. Alright, that was us recording the page object models. Let's go back, we restarted the test, and then start using them within this test itself. So, we'll turn on the recorder, class attribute, it's going to add. Alright, so it adds a line of code to click on it, and navigates in, and you can see the page object model pieces here. So if your test was actually going to navigate into the class attribute, and then you have to click these different buttons, then you can just click these and have them add it to the test. So back here you can see the homepage and class attr page where it created all these pieces, and the homepage spec where it's used. Alright, so that's it. We created a Playwright recorder that's page object model aware, and it solves a lot of the problems we had in the first place. It's available on NPM at DMBGL Playwright Live Recorder, and the changes that we've made in the hackathon will be merged in shortly. Thanks, y'all.